What's up, guys, and welcome to Soul Kitchen episode 5. We have a big one today. As you could probably see, there's 7 of us in the pod right now. So we'll probably just go through and introduce everyone. First off, we have Julian Pounds, kicks underscore and underscore Craze. How's it going?
Good. Hope everyone's well.
And we have back on the show after a long hiatus as well. We have Emmanuel Guevara at Kicking It with G.
Hey boys, it's really good to be back. Hey.
Cool. We have the angry man, Steven Henderson, SE Kicks 5. How's it going, man?
I'm going good. Don't use my handle because I'll probably get kicked off Instagram again. So try not to stay on the download. Don't even know who I am.
Next up, we have Daniel Lawson, Sneaker News Oz. How's it going, man?
Evening, guys. Evening. It's going good.
Cool. We have Mr. Potato Head, Micah McLean. How's it going?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Good to be back. Good to see some of the faces we haven't seen for a while as well. So, yeah, looking forward to this week.
I forgot your Instagram handle. It's grking7.
That's it. Yeah, that's fine. No stress.
And then we have back on the show again, the only person that can compete with the love of unicorn vomit colors with Hendo. We have Oliver Phommavanh. How's it going, man?
Yeah, pretty good. Great to be back on season 2 and also on a bumper episode. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Cool. So we'll probably have one less listener today because Ollie's on.
I'll still watch it. Don't worry. I'll comment as well.
Hit that notification bell.
You just see the comment and just say, "Oh, that virtual Oliver P guy's handsome."
And then he likes the comment.
Yeah, with his avatar.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
So for the 3 of you listening right now, the other 3, you probably might have gathered that this is a big one. This is the usual mid-year top 10 pickups of the guys. So I think before we go through that, we did a poll that happened a week ago, or maybe a couple of weeks ago. I just wanted to maybe share with everyone the results and then maybe get the thoughts of the people here right now on what they think about the public's or the plebs top 5 sneaker picks for the first half of 2023. Cool?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, yep. At number 5, surprisingly, the Australian sneakerheads voted HAL X Asics Gel 1130 Mark II in the Forest.
Wow,
Norway.
that's surprising.
JP, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's really good. Good to see they're branching out and taking our advice and buying new pairs. It's really cool that that's happening.
Gee,
I think it's awesome, as JP's saying. I'm loving the variety that's popping up on that Facebook group. It's been awesome. Dare I say, I feel like we had a bit of a influence in that. Yeah, it's awesome.
Hendo, what do you think?
Yeah, can't comment on what's popping up on the Facebook group because I got voted. But
For the second time.
yeah,
You're doing nothing.
no, first time I left the first time. Let's come on.
Okay.
Honestly, I think it's great. I think people have opened their eyes to more than Nike and Jordan brand, which is amazing. I don't think people have opened their eyes to it. I think people are more willing to put it out there and say that they actually like it. I think people did like it beforehand. I think they're just more open to admitting it now. It's like mopeds. They weren't cool to ride back a couple of years ago, but these days, be comfortable in what you're choosing.
A little bit of bias as well, probably, because it's from an Australian boutique, I guess.
And what did we get? 10 votes, and we're 7 of them. So.
Pretty much. That's why it's up there. What do you think about that, Daniel?
Yeah, look, just to reiterate what the boys said, it's basically the same thing, but you go back sort of 12 months with these polls, and it would have just been Nike and Jordan. You wouldn't, unless Ollie's voted one and put one in himself, or an Adidas or a Reebok. It would have all been Nike and Jordan, so it's good to see something else in there.
Yeah, cool. Micah, what do you think?
Yeah, same as all the boys. Good to see a bit of diversity coming through, and it's a nice pair too. Like, let's not get it twisted. It's a solid choice in itself anyway. So, yeah, not a huge. You're either pointing at the pair of shoes or sticking your finger up at me, mate. I'm not sure. But yeah, it is a beautiful pair. So it's not really a surprise that it did get into the top 5. Full disclosure, though, it did not make my top 5. So there you go.
It would have had to knock off the Clot 5 for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, that's if that released this year, that'd be number 1, mate.
Maybe it might get a restock.
Yeah. Oh, they had restocks. They had restocks this year, but I don't think we can count it.
We could be getting ahead of ourselves as well. It's only number 5. So
Yeah.
we don't know what the upcoming 4. Oliver, what do you think about that?
Yeah, look, I thought it would, the first shoe actually sold out in an instant, and people were really keen for the second one. And I think having the pre-order actually helped as well. So a lot of people were able to have the shoe early in hand before the retail release, and I think that helped build up the hype as well. So it's really good to see how on the map, and I'm really looking forward to getting the Glacier pair as well. So it should be pretty good.
Cool. All right, at number 4, based on the plebs voting, we have the Aritos Nike Dunk. JP, what do you think?
I kind of feel it's a bit of an overrated sneaker in my opinion. I feel that a lot of the SB Dunks this year have been pretty dry. I kind of feel that this has been the best of that bunch. I feel it wasn't hard to get for a lot of people, which is great. But personally, just not a huge fan of them.
I think JP just hit the nail on the head, and it's one of the better looking SBs this year. I love that it has the tearaway or cutaway pieces. But yeah, overly hyped in my opinion. But I had a feeling it was going to be up there. I mean, great shoe nonetheless. So yeah.
Yeah, I think people are just hungry for dunks. So as soon as you release something decent, it's like becomes top pick right off the bat. Steven, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it wasn't in my picks at all. It's a nice sneaker. The colorway's really nice, the green, orange, and like that hemp finish. But I think it's still riding the coattails of the last couple of years of the dunk hype. It is a nice shoe, but I think that's all it is a nice sneaker.
Cool. Daniel, what do you think?
I agree 100% with the rest of the group. I think what helped push this over the line, especially in Melbourne, was the release that they did. Was it at Fast Times, Micah?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that in-store release and just what they did around that really exploded the hype around that shoe. So that's probably what sticks in a lot of people's minds with voting for it. It is a really, really nice shoe with nice materials. Would I have it in my top 5? No. But yeah.
Micah.
Yeah, I love it. So I'll go against the grain a bit. I do agree with JP though. Like the dunks have certainly been dry, and that's represented in a lot of the resale market for a lot of the SBs this year are like pretty low. It's definitely the best SB release of this year. Is it overhyped? Yeah, it's definitely overhyped, but I still think it's a really nice sneaker. So for me, it did make my top 5, and part of that is what Daniel said, the release and the fact that I was able to go to that as well gave it a nice story for me personally. So that's why it's in my personal
and you hit
top
twice.
5. I did hit twice.
Fucking rare. You can't even hit one.
I can't hit a W on a raffle when they don't even sell out.
Yeah, no.
It's like,
Well, you know you're fucked for the rest of the year now, don't you?
sorry, what's that?
I said you know you're fucked for the rest of the year now, don't you?
For the rest of the year, mate. Next decade. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
for the next 5 years. Cool. Oliver, what do you think of that?
Yeah, so it's definitely in my top 5. So I'll probably talk more about that later on. But I just want to say that I agree with everyone in that basically it wasn't a great year for Nike SB so far, and this was probably the best of the bunch in terms of like the hype and resale. And the biggest surprise is how quickly it just shot up. Actually, like you know, even after a week, prices already triple retail, which is unheard of in terms of like SB releases this year. So I guess that's why it's in the top 5.
Demand's high, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Cool. At number 3, we have the Air Jordan 3 White Cement Reimagined. JP, what do you think?
This is probably one of the only Jordans I've bought this year. I really like it. It's a nice pair. I feel that the quality control overshadowed the actual release itself. And I think that's what everybody's going to remember going forward, like the inconsistency of a lot of pairs. But I really like it. And I'm not really a Jordan head anymore, so I think it'll be staying in my collection.
No, great shoe. I just felt like that release, everyone turned into quality control agents. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's just looking at. Look, you know, there are a lot of pairs that have mid to high variations on them, but when you pop them on, like you can't tell. And I don't know about you. I'm not one to crawl on the floor to look at someone's shoe right up, like put it right on my face and see if it's good quality. It is a great shoe.
Show me your glue.
No, it is a great shoe. Not one in my in my top 5 or my top 10, but it's a great shoe. Yeah.
Let's be honest, Hendo, they're not glue stains in your case, are they, mate?
Well, they're not my collection. I don't know what they are. I've never seen an elephant with 2 consistent patterns on each leg.
Yeah.
But you want it on a sneaker.
Well, while we're at it, what do you think, Kendo?
I just wish they released a Jordan 3 White Cement and not this reimagined. Like, let the sneaker age by itself. I think the Jordan 1 reimagined, that knocked it out of the park. They did it really well. It had that hole. But now it's just coattails. I don't know. I've gone off Jordan. Just, it's all the same. So, just they're trying to push things and just put an original sneaker out there. But then you realise there's 18 other pair of white and red Jordan 3s that sit on shelves like, I don't know. Yeah.
They gotta try something, right?
Inconsistencies and glue stains just did it for me. You know?
I mean, I think the brand's gotta try something. We can't just keep asking for
yeah.
the same shit, like, all the time.
But yes and no. I think on that sneaker, I think, consistent. Because look, you know, segueing a little bit, but the Jordan 4 reimagined bread's supposed to come out next year, and
all leather.
Just give us another original, not like a Jordan 3 black cement, Jordan 4 hybrid. Like, I don't know. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, but sneakerheads, you know them. Like, you keep giving them the same shit, they're still gonna complain. It's the same bread again, or it's the same Jordan 1 again. It's the same shit. So like, it's always like a lose situation.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't have. I've seen a couple of pairs in hand. I don't have a problem with quality control of them. Whether you let your elephant print's different. Like, it's a sneaker and it should be different. If they were using materials that were 100% consistent, you'd complain about that too. Oh, my sneaker looks fake. My leather's not. You know, it's you want inconsistencies. That's how we know we use good materials. Like, but anyway, Micah, tell us all about it.
Daniel
Let's
first.
get angry.
Stop hosting. Daniel, what do you think?
I agree with what Hendo said at the start about the reimagined thing. Like, it really worked with the one with the lost and found. To me, as I said at the start of the year, it's OG over anything this year. This is a pair that I did pass on just because I'm sick of that aged look on everything. So look, we're talking about the list that was made and everyone else voted on it. So the everyday normal collector, it deserves to be on there because it's an OG Jordan silhouette, but it wouldn't have been on mine.
Cool. Micah, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I'll keep it pretty quick. It did make my top 5, but pretty low just because of the QC issues. I think it dropped it down, much to Hendo's chagrin. Did you hear that?
I just said you couldn't keep it pretty quick. I thought you were talking to your missus there.
I'm glad someone else.
Nah, she already knows. I don't have to tell her that. that's a given, mate. Yeah.
Keeping it pretty quick. That's one thing heard in G's house.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
What is G? This is Safe 100.
Sorry for taking it, guys. I apologise.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought the original images looked better than the actual release. Remember, like we saw, like that shape looked so good, and so the shape didn't quite live up to it. But it's a really solid sneaker. I'm a big threes fan, so yeah, it did make my top 5. So there we go.
Cool. Oliver, what do you think? Oh, he copped himself out.
Yeah, so this is the first of many pairs. Oh, yeah. So this is the first of many pairs where I get to enjoy it through other people. So I just R8 someone, and basically it's nice to see people get them and wear them. But for me, like, Jordan 3s are comfy, but I've already got a white Jordan 3 already, and that's the Armamadeir one, so that's why I passed on it. But I can respect it, and I can see why it's number 3.
Cool. Okay, and those coming on and off.
He's doing a Micah.
Yeah. See, I told you he's the one who's gonna.
Hey, I upgraded, man. I upgraded. I cannot be blamed.
There we go. There we go. Okay, so first drop off. Actually 2, because he tried to come in and then still dropped off. Alright. Let's keep it moving. Number 2, which is surprising really for everyone's vote. It's the J-Tips Saucony Grid Azura. I don't know how JP influenced this list, but JP, what do you think?
I hate this shoe. No, I really like this shoe. You'll see in my voting. I think I'm the only one in the Soul Kitchen family who actually did. Yeah, just I'm not going to go into too much of it at the moment, but yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, no, great shoe. It was at my fingertips, and then missed out.
No pun intended.
Yeah. No.
Good fun. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, I love it. It's definitely in. It's number 6 on my top 5. No, it is. It's a great shoe.
Cool. What do you think, Hendo?
I love it. I think it's great. Like the details on it, the more you see it, the more it speaks to you. It's just it's different. It's not a Jordan 3 reimagined. You know, it's its own sneaker. That's it hits the mark everywhere. Like I haven't had it in hand, but like as photos I've seen from JP and online, like the materials look amazing. The contrast in materials, the storytelling behind it. It's almost like the Jordan 1 reimagined of Saucony these days. So it rates up there. Like if it was a G's top 5, I just was blown away there. He said it goes 6 out of 5. I already meant the other way around.
Yeah.
Like that shoe number 6 in his top 5.
I've got 10 in my top 5. We're good.
But no, I really like it.
Daniel, what do you think?
Well, I just want to know how many burner accounts JP's got on the Sneakerheads Australia page to vote that shoe straight up as high as it was. Ollie and Micah, when you get off this, mate, just go and have a look in the admin side of things, please. But no, it is a really good shoe. What Saucony can't do anything wrong, honestly. Their materials, their execution, their presentation, they're doing everything right over the last 2 years. And this is another shoe that just represents that, and I'm really happy to see it so high up.
Cool. Micah.
Yeah, it's very high on my list as well. I just think it was really well executed. There's only one like caveat to all of it, and it's like it'll be hard to pull off in an outfit. I'm not gonna lie, it's very loud, but it's really cool. I love that floral going underneath everything. I just think it was a really well executed shoe, and especially for a first collab or a first sneaker collab from him, I thought it was really cool. And the box is really cool, so we can give Donuts a call, see if he's in the market.
Oliver, what do you think?
Yeah, I really want this pair. Like it's definitely my kind of style, and I missed out, and it's definitely on my radar to get sometime this year. But I definitely love it. It was just Saucony's just having a moment. It was just the right time, bit of a low, and then just hit. And so I'm really glad that it's getting the spotlight.
It's priced decently at the moment. Yeah. So
Yeah,
they would have been in
no,
my
it's-
top
yeah.
5 as well if I have them. But yeah, like my top 5 rule is always I should have them. So, but yeah, I think they're a great pair. And for number 1, I think everyone knows this already. We have the Air Jordan 4 SB. That's what everyone voted for by a wide margin, actually. So, JP, what do you think?
Not my thing. I kind of feel that this kind of SB hype has taken over this pair a bit. I understand it's been retooled to be a better skating shoe, but personally, I think just a white and green shoe is kind of boring, in my opinion.
G?
Oh, it's in the collection. It's a nice shoe, but there are so many other pairs out there that beat it by a mile. But yeah.
Steven?
I don't have it yet. I would actually like this pair. I think it's a pair that it grows on you as the more you look at it. I think it's there because it's the best Jordan that's released this year. Being that it's a Jordan 4, which everybody's loved. They're having an absolute moment still. And then you chuck SB in the mix, and then I think it's a very wearable sneaker as well, really. Like, just a plain Jordan 4 at the end of the day. But I think it's the best Jordan that's been released this year, which is always going to push it up the ladder.
Daniel?
So I was pretty vocal at the start about how I didn't like this shoe, and that hasn't changed. Still don't like this shoe. The material quality on it is very nice, but it's just like saying what JP said. It's just a very basic Jordan 4 with an SB logo on it. That's it.
Micah?
I really like it. I didn't get a pair in the collection, my raffle luck. So I would have liked to have gotten this one. I certainly tried for it. Yeah, I think the quality is really nice. It's a pair that I'd like to have in the collection. Is it number 1? No, it's not number 1. And I don't think it's close. It is in my top 5 again, but I do have pairs above it. So yeah, that's it.
Ollie, what do you think?
Yeah, well, it pretty much sums up the first half of 2023. You got like Nike SB, you got Jordan 4, put them together, and you get like something that's quite historic in that point of view. I've seen a lot of the shoe on like resale ads, but I've never seen it on feet. So that shows you that people are either like not wearing them or they just want to hold on to them, which is a bit of a shame. But it's another pair for me personally that was a retail or bust. So
Yeah.
I lucked out on all the raffles as well, so I didn't get it. But I can respect it. From what I've tried a size 9.5, but it didn't fit me quite well, so I had to pass on those. They're very comfy. Like, Jordan 4s, they're not the most comfortable shoe, but this Jordan 4 feels pretty comfortable on feet, so I'll give it that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think putting SB on it is enough to sell it, really. Like everyone said, it's still just a Jordan 4. Might be a little bit comfier, but it's still a Jordan 4. It's a basic Jordan 4 with green highlights. So, and this is me talking about basic, where everyone knows I'm New Balance head, and everything is basic in my on my side. So.
It'll be
just wait till jump. That's a Jordan 4.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when the blue and white pair drop, to see if it's rated as highly in the sneaker scene as this one was, or it's purely because it is that first iteration of it, and it is something different.
Cool, but that pretty much rounds up the public vote. All right, so for this one, we'll go through our personal top fives. We'll start number 5. Go through everyone's number 5, everyone number 4, everyone's number 3, and so on. I think we'll start with JP again. What's your number 5?
So I have to go for A6, and my one is the Gel NYC Awake
Oh.
collaboration. It was the first release of the silhouette as a collaboration, and I feel it's the best one since. I really love it. Just the materials, the way it was dropped, it was pretty easy to cop, and just the colors. I love the watermelon sort of vibes. That's my number 5.
Oh. G, what's your number 5?
I have to go with the Nike Say the airships, the pack. So I've got both. So I've got the red ones as well. And I love the contrast of materials, but the UNC's is my favorite just because of the overall look of the shoe. Flaky leather on the upper, and my favorite feature of it is the elastic that's in between the first and the third eyelets. So where the foot naturally flexes. So when you've got it on, it's not creasing as normal Jordan 1s would, in a sense. But yeah,
It's good for your
oh,
chunky feet
absolutely.
as well,
It's
right?
yeah, it's yeah, just
Those
a great
massive
shoe.
size ones.
Yeah, just a great shoe.
Puffers.
So that'll be my number 5.
Cool. Steven, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is everyone's favourite basketball player, pair of LeBron 20s. No need to comment anybody, but yeah, these I've gone a bit on my top 5 as well as you said earlier, Donald, like the sneakers that you own as well. It's a bit hard to put a top 5 together. I think they're two different lists, one that you don't have in hand and one that you do. But yeah, for number 5, I love this sneaker. It just hits well. The blue, the greeny color on this side, the gold tip hit on the eyelet thing. They're comfortable. I think LeBron 20. Well, I think Nike really hit it out of the park with the 20 and designed it well. That's why they went off when they first dropped. So, yeah, number 5 for me is this bad boy.
Don't you think they're flooding the market now too much with the LeBron 20s? Just feel like there's too many colorways coming out.
But that's normal on a LeBron line, isn't it? I just think that the 20 was a shoe, it hit and it took off. So you're seeing it in people, and then that was like the NXTs or whatever, the budget model. Like people just jumped on that as well, but you never would have seen that before because the 20 just was a silhouette that it's based on a Kobe, isn't it? Like a Kobe 8. Like Nike's gone, hey, we're not going to release Kobe's, let's design LeBrons like Kobe's and they'll sell like wildfire, and they did.
Cool.
But yeah.
Daniel.
So I'm going to butcher the living hell out of this name, and it's a pair that JP is probably a little bit dirty on because he had them but then didn't have them. And it's the Diodora Rebound Ace Luta Spectrum Pirati in the Friends and Family, the hot pink. Or did he get it?
No.
No, he didn't get them. No. That was the order that was cancelled on you, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like rubbing salt in a wound.
Yeah.
No,
It's a nice shoe and you didn't get it.
it definitely isn't rubbing salt in the wound. It's an extremely nice shoe. Full hot pink with red on the back of the sneaker. But to have a friends and family sneaker released direct to the public that anyone could have the chance to get, and to get the socks in the pack as well, that's why it hit my number 5.
And just to clarify, JP, you didn't get it, right?
No.
Okay.
And on top of that, a Diodora from Daniel as number 5. So it's a bit surprising.
That's right.
Micah,
I'll
number 5.
Yeah, I'll keep it quick. It's the because we've already talked about this in the plebs top 5, but number 5 for me is the Jordan 3. Done.
Nice. Cool. Oliver, what's your number 5?
Yeah. Number 5, Sambas are still on a wave in 2023, and so I got the Wales Warner silver shiny pair, and it's just like shiny. It's got the very cool crochet. It's like wedding dress vibes with the, and yeah, it's my kind of sneaker, so I love it. So yeah, it's number 5.
Yeah, it's seriously.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was about to ask, is anyone shocked that Ollie's already pulled out an Adidas?
It's good. We now have.
So you got to
Adidas
shoot him at your wedding dress.
That's
is what you're
great.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
that
my
shoe,
number-
Ollie, oh, sorry,
No, go on.
Don, but that shoe there reminds me of if you're at the nightclub and someone passes around a special a little sandwich bag or something, and you're looking for a reflective surface, you can just take off the shoe and use that.
Cool. All right,
You might get confused and have a.
I don't know what sort of they turn him into some K-Swiss. But I don't know what sort of circles you're running in, Daniel. Made a sandwich bag. Jesus Christ!
little sandwich bag, mate. Little sandwich bag.
Okay. Well,
Family
Hi,
pack.
Buck Bill.
fucking hell! Yeah, my friend came with a kilo to the club.
Just a quiet Friday night.
All right, moving on.
Packed lunch in a Mr. Perfect lunchbox.
My number 5, surprise, surprise, is a New Balance. I put the Kit 998 Roadacre City, Frank Lloyd Wright. It's a re-release of the 998, and they actually copied the original shape of the original 998, so it's good. Like, I know we complain about Jordan Brand not releasing the original cuts and the original shape, while NB does that on the regular. So yeah, it's a good re-release of the original shape of 998s. So that's my number 5. Cool. Going on to number 4, JP, what's your number 4?
So, no surprise. My number 4 is another Asics. I don't have it yet, but it's the Ballaholics Gelite 3 in the Harvest Pumpkin colorway. And so this pair was originally a Japan exclusive, which skipped my size. Went from a 12.5 to a 14, and the website crashed when they dropped. And then it dropped in Hong Kong, which was a Hong Kong release, which we didn't get a chance to get. And then eventually I have found a pair recently. But I've heard the materials are really nice, awesome colorway, cool concept, and most sizes below size 12 are sitting on their website for everybody to buy. So it's totally available for everybody to get, except for people who are size 13 upwards. But yeah, that's my number 4.
Cool. G, what's your number?
My 4 is your number 5. For the same exact reason, bringing it out with the original shape. Yeah, it was just a great pair, great pack. Yeah, what Donald said. That's my number 4.
Cool. Hendo, number 4.
To keep on the theme, my number 4 is JP's number 5. The Awake Gelite 3, the Awake New York, sorry. Yeah, I love this sneaker from the moment I saw it. It's just a nice sneaker. I don't even know what it is about it, but it's probably the colorway for me. But it's nice, it's light, it's that classic running silhouette. It's just an easy sneaker to wear. I just love chucking that on foot. Like, it mightn't be the most hype sneaker about, but like, they still kind of sold out pretty much in most big sizes they went. I think the purple colorway sat a little bit, but I love this. Did a little lace swap, but yeah, beautiful sneaker. Materials are nice. Mesh is nice. Yeah, get another pair on sale one day.
I'm actually warming up on the oyster colorway. I wanna.
Yeah, there's a women's colorway that will fit your big feet. That it just in like a pinkish hue. That's really nice as well.
That's
there, so.
also things said in G's house for $100. Do you want to warm up against the oyster?
I thought you meant there's a women's colorway.
I was thinking the pinkish women's size as well.
A GPS won't help me, boys. I'm just saying.
Daniel, what's number 4?
So to go against everyone else, this one hasn't been shown yet. So my number 4 is the Jordan 1 Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man.
I think you need
for the
to
simple
put
fact, the
your
material.
mic, Daniel. Can't hear you.
Can't ya? Why not?
Yeah, there you go. I think when you
There you go.
there you go.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Sweet.
A little bit.
That and the
Yeah.
vacuum cleaner.
Is that a vacuum?
There's a fan of some sort. I think it's Micah.
Yeah, whose machine is? Oh, there we go. Someone turned it
That
on.
was my car.
It's Daniel. It was definitely Daniel.
Alright, so
continue.
my
That's
number four,
four.
my number 4, Jordan 1 Spideyverse 2.0s. Just the usage of materials, they've done very well here. I did state at the start of the year when we saw early images that this was disgusting and I would not get it. But they've really executed this very well, and to have the character actually wear it in the Spider-Man movie, it was only briefly, but it was on foot, so that was another nod to why I have this in my top 5.
Cool.
And it was a retail assist from one of the boys here. Thank you very much, Old Man Smeeks.
Cool. Micah.
I'll keep this very quick because I don't have it in hand. I go against your rule. But my 4 is the SB4. I really want it. I think the quality was really good. I love 4s. Enough said.
Cool. I'll probably just put an image on all of these other pairs that we don't have in hand.
Sure.
Oliver, it's number 4.
Yeah, number 4 for me is the Nike SB Huredos pair. Similar to the fact that it's kind of like the Chunky Donkeys. It's an actual official collab. And so sometimes we take for granted that, like, you know, these food brands can collab with Nike SB, which is why I love Nike SB so much, because they're just so out there when it comes to their collabs. And yeah, I just love it. I love it muted. I don't like it sort of torn away. So I just kind of like this hemp kind of coconutty kind of feel with the orange laces. I got the jacket as well. And Rory Conley was assisted by Old Man Sticks as well. So that's why it's in my number 4. So thank you.
Cool. Number 4 for me, again, surprise, surprise. It's a New Balance 860 B2, mainly on door release. This is pretty much the baseline for the 1906R and the 2002R. So really happy that they brought it back. Especially love this one because there's no general release. You can only get them from the ALB store. I don't know why everyone was going crazy over the 1906R, but I really prefer this one. So yeah, 860 B2 from ALB. Cool. All right, we're up to number 3 now. JP, what's your number 3?
So my number 3 was MX1. So it's the MX1 Kids of Immigrants. So if anybody doesn't know, it was a 4-pack that came out through should have forgotten who it was. Dover Street Market, I think it was, only released them. One pair was in London and the other pairs were in the US. So my favourite out of the pack was the Armory Blue colourway. The pack, there was only 1,986 released, and each pair there was only like split into that. So there's like 490 pairs, whatever, for each colourway. Really nice. Apparently all the materials are really on point. Yeah, just really like the colours.
Cool. Guys, feel free to shit on someone's choice if you don't like them as well. So
We're trying to keep our listeners.
G, what's number 3?
I don't know what that.
Oh,
thing
number
is, so,
3
yeah.
would be the
Trash. No.
Snowdrop, the Sonra, Mizuno contenders. They'd be number 3
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, just because of
Nice.
all of the pig skin and all the mesh, and just the color palette as well. It's really awesome, and the really subtle hits of the Sonra logo. So yeah, number 3.
Cool. Steven.
Number 3 for me is the Off-White Air Force One mid
Look at
in
this
Pine
fucking
Green. Yeah, and you know what? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand this because this sneaker is amazing. Like,
Amazing.
you know, it's got the old school swoosh on. It's got the other one's got the Virgil Abloh branding on the back. Like, if this dropped in that original 10, everybody would have wanted it. Like, I know the last 2 colorways are a bit how you go, and I did like them, but this one, like, materials beautiful, details are beautiful,
They
leathers.
look pretty normal
Oh.
for you, Kendo.
Mm.
Like they're too normal for
But
you.
they're still wild in an all green sneaker. If you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, nah.
they're
great.
yeah, like you get that in hand, and it's just they're better in hand than they are in pictures. Like I don't know what it is. That's why I don't understand this type of like it's an off-white sneaker, but it's now a brick. But if it was back here, it would have been. I don't know. Anyway, number 3. Fuck you all.
Trash.
I did DM you that I like them as well, by the way. So Daniel.
Yeah, it's a nice sneaker. I'll put the black one.
Yeah, come on, talk it up. Yeah.
So number 3 for
I was going
me.
to say something else. Jeez, wife said, huh?
Number 3 for me is an extremely new pickup, and it's an extremely new release, and it's only having it in hand. It actually just jumped straight into my top 5, and it's the Air Max 1 Code Japan Michigan Snakeskin. It was a women's release. The materials on these are absolutely fucking crazy. They're really nice, extremely underrated sneaker. Nice leather in sock liner there and upper. Snakeskin on the swoosh. So yeah, they've done a really amazing job, and to be a collab with Code Japan, yeah, really nice.
Nice. Still available, right?
Yeah, widely available.
In some
Yeah.
sizes, yeah.
Yep, still sitting.
It looks to be the kind of sneaker that'll be available.
Yep. Micah, what's number 3?
Number 3 is another pair I don't have in hand, and here is where the J-Tips are coming in. So for me, number 3 is the J-Tips Grid Azura. I just thought it was a really phenomenal shoe. It's not normally a silhouette I like, the Grid Azura. It's interesting that he went with that rather than the classic kind of 5,000 or 6,000 that most normal people would have gone with. But it did give him some freedom to like go ham on the different materials and all the different sections. So it's just really interesting. It's the one kind of grid I really like. So that's my number 3, and I'm sure JP will have it higher on his list and he can talk more about it in a little bit.
It's one of those, think of a color and it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk about unicorn spew.
Oliver, what's number 3?
So number 3 is a collab with Converse and Adder Era. So they actually sold out, surprisingly. And the gimmick behind this is that like they kind of reuse materials and basically try to like make something new out of something old. So something borrowed, something blue. And I just love the fact that like it just does enough to like with the storytelling and the stitching and I love blue sneakers as well. So it's my kind of jam. And you can't go wrong with a pair of Chuck 70s, especially if they're just all white like this. So yeah, and it's kind of reimagined as well. So it's got a little bit of an off kind of age kind of look as well. So that adds to it. But yeah, these are number 3.
Did they drop with a whole like apparel range as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah. So funny enough, like the clothing actually sold out before the sneaker did. So
I'll tell you what, Ollie, if you do get married this year, you've got your number 5 to wear, and then you can just throw that at the missus for something borrowed and something blue.
Alright, cool. My turn.
pretty much, I'll keep that in mind. Actually, you might be a best player, man.
My number 3. If I have the J-tips, probably J-tips will be my number 3, but I don't, so it's gonna be it's gonna be as crazy. Well, not as crazy, but almost as crazy as the J-tips, which is the Baklava. Still love them. The complements of color is like it's a 4-way color complement. That's why people think it's weird, but it works. But it's
Is that because it's got 4 colors on it?
but yeah.
Sorry, old man. I don't think, just for the listeners, I don't think Endo finished school, mate.
I don't know if you're trolling or
Just legit up.
I don't know what's going on because I explained it as 4 colors, and then you asked the same thing.
Yeah. I just yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it
was
starting
more
to
of a no
question
shit comment.
the level of intelligence here. But yeah, they're great, and the blue colorway, which Hendo really hates, is coming out and on the 30th.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going for. So yeah, cool. That's my number 3.
Nice.
All right, we're off to number 2 now. JP, what's your number 2?
So I'm gonna rub some salt into my own wounds for this one. It's a different Deodora. This is the extra butter Giallo 2.0, the S8000. So it released on extra butter, and then a couple of days later there was sizes re-released on their website, and I was like, I'll think about it overnight, and they just all sold out. Now, like, I can't find my size anywhere, and there's one like size I could probably fit, and it's like $800 on eBay, and the guy's not dropping his price. So it's apparently just amazing, the materials, just the concept behind it. I got the 1.0s off their website when they dropped. Amazing materials from 2015. But yeah, I wish I got them. So
Cool. G.
Number 2 is the Howl Studios. The Forest. Just a great shoe. I think out of the 3 colorways that we know of, I feel, for me anyways, this is the most wearable one. But I'm scared that if I go for the Glacier, that I'm going to start going for the first ones too.
Hunting for now.
Yeah.
Mark 1.
But yeah, that's number 2 for me.
Cool. Hendo, what's number 2?
Number 2 for me is the
Ah.
Val Mark II Forest. And I'm going to put it equal with the Glaciers that dropped 2 days ago. So I just love it.
Yeah.
It's just a
Very
nice sneaker,
comfortable.
isn't it? Like materials, everything. It's nicer than any other 1130 that's out there. Like, you won't even look twice at an 1130, but you'll pick that up. They did a phenomenal job on it. Materials, yeah. I'm very excited for the Glacier, and I think I'll hold those 2 in the same position. I couldn't pick one over the other until I get the other one in hand. So
Nice. Daniel, what's number 2?
My number 2 is the Essex Hell 1130 Forest. Just to reiterate what the boys said, it is a beautiful sneaker. A nod to an Australian boutique as well. You can't go wrong.
Cool. Micah, what's number 2?
Number 2 for me, probably a bit of a surprise for you guys, but for me it's the Doritos. And I know you guys probably aren't as big a fan as
Oh,
me.
you got the ugly version.
I got the ugly version. I got the I got the nice cutout version. I actually loved it sliced, so I'm different to Ollie on that one. I really enjoyed just doing the whole process as well, and I was happy with the way it came out. But for me too, like the reason this is so high on my list is just as Daniel alluded to in the intro, is the the whole release where they put on the whole event for Doritos, and I was lucky enough to win a raffle for that event. So I've got a real whole story to go with it. And then, yeah, obviously going through the process of cutting them up as well. So I've got a bit of an affinity for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a whole story for me, and that's why it's so close to my heart personally. You know, any hype or anything like that aside, it's just something personally for me that has a really cool story. That goes along with an awesome night with free tacos and some.
At least you got some tacos, I guess.
Thing said in my house for $100. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my number 2.
I think for me, I just love how excited you were, man. Like you're just flooding the group chat, and then flooding my feed with all of your freaking photos. So I'm so glad that you got it.
Oliver, wait. Just want to wait for Oliver to finish wrestling that plastic bag, mate. What's going on, mate? Okay.
My favourite thing about you getting those, Micah, my favourite thing about you getting those was that you then got a pair of
oh, yeah.
That's why I love it for you.
Unbelievable, these.
And then the whole post office too.
Yeah.
And now Mike is so active on Instagram now. It's just like a turning point.
It's like reels every day.
Like he was absent like before they announced like.
This is what happens. This is what happens if I cop W's. If I always get L's, what am I gonna do?
They're like fucking penis enlargement ads. You see them all the time. Like, I wish Instagram has a fucking junk folder.
Like Michael discovered the internet on phones. They come on phones now? What the hell?
I was like...
I see he's found templates.
I was like the I was like the Columbus of the internet after I found these after I won these Doritos, man.
Couldn't find it again.
But cool story, unlike my 992 Jown pickup. So
yeah, mine was a bit more fun than yours, man.
All right, Ollie, number 2.
Okay, so number 2, and the reason why everything was sort of rustling for a bit was the fact that my second favorite Adidas silhouette is the ZX 8000. So this year, make it Gucci. So it came out. Whoops. Yeah. And so it was wrapped in like 4 like shoe bags and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, so this is my number 2. I mean, obviously it's a bit hype beast and a bit designer-like vibes, but it's just that fine line between streetwear and designer brand, and I think it met together quite nicely. And it is expensive, but it's not as hyped as like an LV or an Off-White or anything like that, or a Dior. So yeah, pretty cool. So these were actually just sitting for a very long time, and I'm glad I got them. So yeah.
Still for people with
very
fucking
money. Yeah, oh, absolutely, for sure. But it wasn't anything crazy like
Did you get the matching socks?
You got that dink money, that double income, no kids.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's true.
Cool. My turn. Number 2. It's the same as everyone else. I have the A6 HAL 1130 Forest colorway. I'm beginning to think it's better than Mark 1, to be honest. Like I really love the Mark 1. But I think this is slowly becoming better than that. So, but yeah, great pickup. Can't wait for Mark 3. Hopefully, we get first dibs on them because we pre-ordered Mark 2. I heard there's something special for people that pre-ordered before. So hopefully, it's easier for us to get Mark 3. Cool. Who's flying an airplane? Like that?
That's probably
It's not me, man. Come on, bro.
All right, for number 1, JP, let's start with you. What's your number 1 pick?
We all know what my number 1 is. So it's the J-Tips.
Me.
The J-Tips. Just the tips.
Just the tips. So yeah, it's just starting from the box. You can see like it's kind of awesome. You can see it actually says his first shoe on the lid. and Remember Who Fronted, which is lyrics from some of his tunes. So if anybody doesn't know, J-Tips is a rapper slash designer. So he started from the humble beginnings of working in Foot Locker in New York City. Above the store there was a Foot Locker. This was all on Complex, by the way. And so he met the right people and he started rapping, and then eventually he met some people through Saucony who decided to give him a collaboration. So one of the reasons why this is like an amazing pair is he had pretty much free run whatever silhouette he wanted. He didn't want a shoe that he could just put different colors on different panels, change the color blocking. So Saucony, or I'm not sure which way around it is, but they own Wolverine, who supplies a lot of the materials to a lot of the different brands. So pretty much he could go in and pick whatever materials he wanted. Just his inspiration is, I guess, as a kid and throughout his life, he loved certain pairs, and so he decided to design around that. There was an Air Force One that he designed as a one-off through Nike, which it kind of based this around. And it was cool, the rollout, he didn't go to a store, it was at an actual, a florist. And then he just went to different boutiques around the US and dropped it, and then eventually there was a worldwide release, and I was able to get them from SVD. So thank you, SVD. They were there in the morning, and I grabbed them, and pretty much they all sold out everywhere on that day. And it's amazing how available it was, and just amazing pair.
Cool. All right, who's drumming?
Micah.
Fucking
That's not
Steven.
me. I got nothing to drum on here. I had no desk. I'm not drumming on air.
We had one drop. Stop fucking it, fucking up the episode.
I just get blamed for everything, man.
Yeah. All right, what's next? G. What's your number one?
The remastered Jello 3s. Materials,
That's
the
surprising.
shape, it's just all back to the original. It's awesome. I'm so happy that I was able to get both colors of the pack. But that's my favorite one, just because the yellow pops, really well with that grey suede on there. It's a beautiful shoe. Yeah, one of my favorites. Went straight to number one as soon as I had it in hand. Number one.
Cool. Hendo, what's your number one?
My number one is the Bucket of Unicorn Spew, the J-Tips. I think that is going to be sneaker of the year everywhere. If it's got the notoriety, I think once people start actually appreciating for what it is, it's just so different, it's so unique, and it's so individual that how can it not be number one? Whether you can wear it or not wear it, you've got to appreciate that sneaker for what it is and what it's done for, especially for the grid. So I like it.
Cool. Daniel.
So my number one is a very boring sneaker, but it's an OG. It was brought back this year, and it's the Air Max 1 Big Bubble.
Wow.
Oh.
This is my sneaker of the year so far. It's an OG, done right, absolutely beautiful sneaker. Everything, even down to the box. The box was amazing. Very, very comfortable to have on foot. So that's my sneaker of the year so far.
What the fuck happened to you, Daniel?
Have you seen the number of golf Air Max 1 Big Bubbles?
Yeah.
There's more golf Air Max 1 Big Bubbles than there is.
Yeah, and they're fucking amazing, and you can wear them as a normal everyday shoe because they're not a golf spike.
Yeah, they're just the socks. It's just and they're like on sale. It's so funny when the same sneaker's just sitting there, but it's not on the radar.
Cool. Micah, what's your number one?
Yeah, this is going to probably
No one cares.
trash. No, it's going to be a surprise because
For next week's
this is
pod.
probably in no one's top 10. But
Clock 5.
nope, it's this one. This is my favorite sneaker of the year. And yeah, it's just the one pair I've got. Like, I always want to wear it. Like, I just absolutely love it, and it's just like the details are just so amazing. Like the different
What are they called again?
They're called Denim Leopard, MX one.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got a bit of like leopard print there, and it's like the toe box is like got this like, I don't know, bumpy material, but it's super soft. Just the denim super clean, the yellow stitching with like those X's, just like all these little details like the rope laces, and just on feet how clean they are. Like, I just always want to wear them, and that's why it was my personal number one. It's just my favorite shoe of the year. Yeah, it's just one I always want to put on. So yeah, that's my number one.
Women's shoe. Number
Nice.
one.
Nice, man.
Nice.
I'll have to believe you on that on foot because I've only seen you post them. On
No one.
Instagram. Just didn't justice.
Yeah, well, you'll have to get your own pair in hand, man, because in hand they are amazing. Yeah, look, there's another one that's very readily available. You know, they're sitting, so yeah, it's certainly not about the
restock,
hype. Yeah,
didn't
they did get a restock. I can't remember who got the restock, but yeah, I got them off a restock. Yeah, laced. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, laced. So yeah, I was very happy to pick them up. Yeah, just super stoked.
Nice.
I like that. You picked up 2 pairs this year and you couldn't actually remember where you got the second pair from.
I picked up more pairs than this. Fucking Emmanuel in the chat, like, busting out the sales as well. Oh my god.
Oliver, what's your number one?
Yep, so number one is linked to the jacket that I'm wearing. So my favorite streetwear brand is Bape, celebrating 30 years, and my favorite Adidas silhouette is the Forum. So you put them together and you've got the Bape Forum lows. And yeah, this is like my dream shoe. Honestly, like, it's covered with gorgeous Bape camo. I'm gonna cheat and say the green one and the blue one are equal first, but this one nudges it just a bit more. Yeah, I love it. It goes well with all my Bape stuff, but I just love the silhouette. Love the little sort of like little trinkets you get here as well. And yeah, the materials are very premium, and they basically sat for a bit, which is really good. They're actually available in Australia, which is very cool as well. So yeah, for all the Bape heads, all the old faithfuls out there, Bape may not be as hyped, but I'm really glad that we're able to cop stuff like this, and it's not reselling for crazy amounts, which is really cool. So it's gonna be hard to beat this as number one for me for the whole year.
Ollie,
Yeah.
just on the Bape stuff, mate. So I've been on a bit of a health kick of late, and I'm slowly losing the weight to be able to fit into this. So open up this bag for you, mate.
It's just
Oh, there he drops out. Oh, whoa!
It happens when when
my
Daniel
goodness.
moves his head while speaking. And he loses. The
Yeah.
mic can't pick it up anymore.
Yeah, it's too much awesomeness going around in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah, nearly.
Oh, that's
nearly,
amazing, man, because I know you are an OG Bape head, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a shitload of Bape stuff down there, man.
Oh, you've got some of the OG, like, Marvel Bapester stuff that, like, you know, just grails, so, yeah, awesome.
Cool. All right, and for my number one, as basic as it can be, I have the Jound 991.
down.
I love the 991 silhouette. So, I mean, and then Jound doing it. Like, I love this so much, I bought 2 pairs on resale. So, I have another one on deck in case I beat this all up. So, yeah. The 991 for me, it's being an NB hype beast. You know, sort of thing. But yeah. It's my number one, and I guess that's it for everyone's top 5. Maybe just one question before we head off. What do you guys think is gonna be the hype one, as far as you know, for the second half of the year? JP.
I don't know. I feel that there's going to be a sneaky collaboration by Nike that's going to be dropped in the last month of the year. and it's just going to blow everybody out of the water and everybody want it. Really, I don't know what's going to be, but I kind of feel it's going to be something like a SB4 collaboration, an SB or something like that. So I don't know.
Probably a Black Cat SB4.
Yeah, and it's going to be a collaboration with somebody.
Yeah, just OG.
G, what do you
I
think?
don't know. I'm just really looking forward to what Saucony have in play this year. Because at the moment, it's just a lot of GRs.
Have you checked your emails, Jay? Upcoming releases? Like, what's coming?
Have you checked
Yeah,
your
it's true.
mailbox, no?
Yeah, no, I've been getting some
Yeah.
emails telling me I have to pick up some stuff from DHL. But yeah, no, yeah, I'm hoping something comes out soon. Just because all the GRs at the moment have been great, but they haven't been like wow in a sense. So yeah, looking forward to some of that stuff.
Cool. Endo. Other than LeBron.
I'm gonna just. Ugh, God, you guys are. So I've been picking up a fair bit of this, or not actually picking up, but is it the Vomero 5s, the Nike running shoe? I've got a feeling that something is going to drop with those. Just that silhouette's starting to pop up here, there, and everywhere, like little teasers. And I'm looking at it now going, I just want to buy a pair. Like, I don't even know why, but I just want
Complex
to buy
is
a
really
pair.
pushing it at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like something around that is going to drop. Whether it be hopefully this year, maybe next year. I just think they're really pushing them up. But I still think, though, like I said, I think that J-Tips is going to take the cake. But I think something left field from Nike is gonna drop.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
I don't think
That I'm
it's.
wrong.
I don't think it's gonna be on the Vomero though. Because that's just
I do.
riding on the Y2K.
No, let's stop. I do.
Yeah, you're wrong.
And you balance as
Oh,
well.
and you know what I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be a clot. It's going to be a clot Vomero 5. And it's going to be black with little green and the
With those
soul's going to
jade
grow
trinkets.
glow.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
like,
everything
Calm.
glows.
six of 'em.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. It's just a glowing shoe. It's got switches on the daytime. It's got daylight running lights.
Daniel, what do you think?
So I'm gonna do a hendo here, and I actually missed the question. So what was the question?
Second
I heard
half of
first.
the year, what do you think is gonna happen? Is the top 5 gonna stick, or is there a drop coming that will shake up the top 10 list?
So the Jordan 1 low black toes coming out. I think they're going to be a pair that are going to be really hard to get. And they're going to be a pair that if I can get, will probably be in my top 5.
You're also wrong, but go on.
But hey, mate, everybody's got an arsehole. So, but I think that the Armam and Year 5s are going to shake a few things up this year. I'm not sure whether they're going to be an easy or hard cop. I can't gauge it at the moment. But I think material-wise will determine whether Armam and Year stay with the hype and continue on down the path.
They dropped off a little bit on the 12 though. So.
They,
Yeah, the 12
they
drop.
did.
And they're bringing out the Burgundy 5. So who cares about an A on your sneaker when you can have the Burgundy 5?
Yeah, that's
Correct.
the other thing as well.
Correct.
it's
So that'll be an interesting thing to watch, whether that Armam and Year stay as big as what they are with that 12 drop that they had, and if they can keep that consistency of material that they've had in the past on these 5s.
Yeah, but I don't think it's just the material, right? It's just the hype as well. Like Union dropped off as well at some point. Like
Yeah.
they had the ones, they released a couple of nice 4s, and then
I think it was the
suddenly-
Cortez that dropped off, and that was their best release. Hey, Jim.
When they finally
It's
arrived,
the KO low.
when they
ones.
finally arrived, you mean, Endo?
Yeah, at least they went to make like lost and found, bitch.
Micah, what do you think?
Yeah, so it's a good question because I think we've talked about this in some of our other pods. It's like been a really down year, and so because of that alone, I think the top 5s will get shaken up. I feel like we are going to get some big drops towards the end of the year. I feel like companies are kind of saving up some stuff for us. And so, yeah, I'll be surprised if our top fives remain the same by the end of the year. I reckon certainly SB4s, I reckon the Heritage 3s and the Horitos will possibly all get squeezed out of my list by the end of the year, I reckon. Just depends what's coming. So, yeah, I think New Balance and Saucony have got some things up their sleeves as well this year, same as Asics. So I'm looking forward to that. And then obviously the classic like Jordan Brand releases that you've kind of come to expect in that November, December range. I'm sure there'll be some stuff. So, yeah, I think another thing to that is the recency bias when we get to the end of the year, top 10 of those releases. We'll certainly...
We always change.
Exactly. So...
we realize how shitty this top 5 we currently have is. So.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said at the top, like it's been a down year as compared to what was last year. So, yeah, I reckon the lists are going to be completely different by the end of the year.
Oliver, what do you think?
Yeah, like just to bounce off that, I think like it's really great having this half-yearly report because we can pay tribute to the pairs that came out really early, because the top 5 of 2023 always happens to end up being like pairs in the second half. In terms of big hype, I mean, Travis Scott Nike SB Round 2 is probably going to be the biggest release, I reckon, of second half, if the rumours are true. And I'm still a hypebeast at heart, so that might knock into my top 5 if I.
Do you still count that? Do you still count that as a release for this year, considering it's like an older model?
It's not a re-release.
Oh, I thought that would.
No, it's not a re-release. It's actually.
Oh, get up! Keep up. With
Yeah,
it.
so the restock rumours were actually false.
Okay, I didn't know. That's all right. We're informing the people as well as me. Relax.
You scroll up.
Yeah.
This is how you scroll
Can
up,
we
Micah.
just-
Yeah,
Just-
that's right.
Before we keep going,
Nah.
can we actually do the top 10 of 2023 in January? Because we missed
Yeah,
so many
that's so
sneakers
true.
doing
Yeah.
it in December.
We did.
Well, because I was going on vacation and we had to record early, so.
That's true. Maybe make it in Jan. Yeah.
Well, it should be like a January to November, and then December can have its own top 10.
Yeah, there's a lot of difference.
Sorry, I cut Oliver off though. So what were you saying,
But-
Ollie? The SB4s, the SB.
Oh yeah. So Travis Scott Nike SB. I'm a massive Powerpuff Girl fan, and if the rumors are true and there is a legit Powerpuff Girls collab with Nike SB, I need 3 pairs minimum of each.
Kendall
of
will
each
be
Powerpuff
all
Girl.
over
So
it
it's
as
gonna
well.
be like powder
Get
pink,
me
powder
some
blue,
sugar
I love
sprinkle,
bubbles
what's
as
the name?
well. So
What's the pink one?
yeah, Powerpuff, Blossom, and Blossom, Power. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, I need them all.
The Balvins.
Buttercup, Blossom, and Bubbles. There you go.
Yeah, let's go.
And
let's go
I'm
with
also going to
this.
be helping Old Man Sneaks get his first pair of Adidas Sambas when the Down collab eventually comes up. So
Yeah, I might go for those.
Sneaker of the year.
No, I'm,
You just get a Samba and one of those silver Sharpies and throw it on your plate.
I think I'm hoping that the second half is not a bunch of mediocre releases again. I don't know if they're just mediocre releases or a little bit of fatigue is playing in as well. You know what I mean? Because we've gone through a lot the past few years. There's a lot of drops and it's a lot of excitement on pairs getting dropped. Maybe there's a little bit of fatigue playing in as well, I think. There are a lot of decent pairs, but for some reason we all think that they're all mediocre. Maybe not, or maybe it's just our opinion. Maybe we need a new blood in here so that we can
Old man.
get some excitement going on.
Old man, do you think there's like fatigue on just the whole concept of collabs now that there are so many? You know, like back, you know, there'd be like only a few limited collabs, and so they were like way more hyped and people were way more excited about it. But now that it's like become much more mainstream,
I think it's.
And it's always a pack now as well. It's like it's not even like one like the J-Tips one is a good example of a good collab drop. Like it's one pair, you get this and nothing else. The other collabs is like packs.
I remember back
Do I need to get all
they
of
used to
them?
be-
Do I just need
back
to get
then we
one?
used to have like capsules were very rare. Like capsules were very rare when it comes to a collab pair of shoes, right? And as like Mike is saying, like back then it wasn't oversaturating the market. so there was excitement for it, right? Now it's kind of like every pair.
Another one.
Yeah.
But do you think it's also our immersion in it? Like, go back 3 years ago, and what sneakers were you looking at?
Jordans.
Now, what are you looking at?
Jordans.
Yeah, I just scroll Nike like it's no tomorrow. But you know, we're looking
Yeah.
at so many more sneakers. We're bombarding each other with sneakers every single day. Like, it's not. I think I was thinking we had that pod and we're talking about. Oh yeah, there hasn't been as much come out this year. But I think like there's definitely been the sneak. You look at what we've shown tonight. There's been the sneakers coming out.
There's a
We're
lot.
just
We can't
we're
Yeah.
you're walking into a
It's not 2 pairs a
museum
month.
to look at sneakers as opposed to walking into a small ice cream shop to look at sneakers. Like that's the the breadth of how deep we're looking into this now. It's not just what's on the shop, but what's in the shelf at Foot Locker.
I think
Like
we've
got this
acquired
universe
so many that when something drops, like we now start questioning, do I really need that?
Yeah.
Or do I have a pair
Yeah. We're
already
being much more
similar
selective
to
now, I
that?
think.
I think that's what's happening. There's just
Yeah.
And I think you're always looking at that next pair too. So how long do you appreciate that pair that you just got in? When you look at I love this sneaker, and then you put that down, you open Instagram,
I need
and
this.
you've sent 62 brown New Balances into the chat.
Not a lot of brown New Balance. by
It's
the way.
like grey, sorry, colourblind. But you know what I mean? Like we immerse ourselves in so many different pairs that you start looking at collabs as GRs because that's all
But
you see.
I don't think that's just us.
Like-
Like, I just think that's a saturation of the market in terms of like how many people are doing collabs. Like, you know, back in the day, there weren't many collabs. There just weren't. Like,
And I feel that now.
But I think it's that push of brands that now where everybody's open up, and like we said back in the top 10 list, everybody's now open up to a lot more than just Jordan, Nike, a little bit of Reebok, a little bit of Adidas. Like everyone's open up to all these different, like New Balances going nuts.
I kind of feel that it's now the way that brands are trying to separate themselves from each other, and as soon as a new silhouette comes out, instead of being like as part of the sea of shoes, it's now separating them, and who they can get to collaborate really sets them apart from each other.
but I was gonna just piggyback on that a bit too, JP. There's like the one positive that comes from that is the innovation, and that's how you end up with pairs like J-Tips. Like the brands won't do that without the collaboration. So it's sort of like, you know, you kind of still need them. Like we like to see these new styles on old shoes. You know, like
Variety is playing a part now as well. Like I know Nike, Jordan is still
100%.
dominant, but they're not as dominant as before.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of other brands
Like-
emerging, and people nowadays don't just look at one brand. Like you still get your OG Jordan heads and everyone that likes Jordan, but everyone's I feel like is dabbling with other brands now as well. So yeah, you see a lot more
just
choices.
Just curious too, did anyone have like the Action Bronsons close to their top 5?
I did number 3.
Did you watch?
Oh, was that your number 3? Oh, the baklava. I didn't know.
That's how much he's paying attention. It's
I
like
know.
the fucking chat room all over again.
Jeez. I bet you missed the clock.
I didn't know that was. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that was.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
realise-
yeah. Because he called it the baklava, and I was like, wait, is that the Action Bronson or not? Because I've only seen the newer model. I haven't seen that one, so yeah.
Yeah, but if I had the J-Tips, it won't be in my top 5 as well, because I'd be replacing that with the J-Tips.
Yeah, right.
Mate, that's the one with 4 different colours on it that complements itself.
Exactly. Fucking Hendo keeps repeating. Alright, before we go up the rails, it's almost 10 o'clock. Maybe we should just cut it off. Any more parting words, guys? And keep it short, please. JP.
Yeah, just if you're watching this, make sure you're hashtagging SoulKitchenAU for featuring your photos and your inspiration from us. But yeah, hopefully the next 6 months is a lot better than the first 6 months.
Cool.
Yeah, just all the interactions that we've been having on the groups on FB have been awesome. So keep them coming, guys, and we really do appreciate it. I know, like, the boys are doing the absolute best, pumping out like heaps of content, and it's just awesome to see all the interactions happening. So keep them coming. We really do appreciate it. Yeah.
Hendo. Less angry this
on
time.
the back of that. On the back of that, guys. Soul Kitchen Facebook group. I can see you all looking at it, but you're not commenting or liking. So jump in there and interact. Let's make the community great. Jump in. Like, we want to hear everybody's opinion. I don't care. I'm gonna flex my gazers on there next week. That I didn't actually buy. I just put on in shop, but they're going on my What's on Foot tomorrow for Dan. Yeah, let's appreciate sneakers. We don't care whether it is a Jordan or whether it is a Gaze. Like, it's a pair of sneakers, and if you love it, you love it. Who cares? You know, unless they're fake. Just get that in there. Just before I get booted from the group. But it's just about.
I said keep it
a passion
short.
that we all
Unbelievable, this guy.
Oh, you mean? I thought you meant short, like not as short as yourself, but you know.
Go on. I'll let you finish.
That's all.
Things said at G's house for $100. I'll let you finish.
1,000.
That's something that's not said.
Alright,
in G's
Daniel.
Airlie Beach, City Beach, Mad Hueys. That's all I gotta say.
Number one.
Micah.
Yeah, all the boys plugged the Soul Kitchen stuff, so awesome. Hopefully see you in the groups. And yeah, just a really good, it was great to see everyone's top fives. It was really cool. Really interested. It was a good variety amongst all of us, so really enjoyed that. So yeah, good stuff.
Oliver.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Great to see some old friends are just hanging out. Love Soul Kitchen. The best sneaker podcast in Australia. For
I don't
sure,
think
for
there's a
sure.
lot.
That's what I'll be typing. Well, that's what I'll be typing
I don't
in
think
about
people
5
bother
seconds.
with this shit, so.
Can you make your followers watch us? Because I know you've got a lot.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just comment that and just pin, and you guys can just pin that comment and link it back to my channel. Don't forget to like, some shit. And I'll see you guys there. Oh, thanks,
peace.
guys.
And with that, thank
Thank you
you
for coming on,
everyone
man.
for listening, and we hope to see you on the next one.
Yeah, see you,
Peace.
boys.